One of the most critical factors for successful defense is for each player to understand their role within the play call and how offenses are trying to attack them. I'll explain. Let's go back to week 1. In my Justin Evans video, I discussed a play where Zach Cunningham did not do a good job in helping out his safety by allowing the tight end to have a free release. The timing of the route was not affected, and it made Evans' angle to attack downhill more difficult. Forcing wide receivers to adjust their routes, even if it's just by a yard or two, makes a huge difference, especially in zone coverage. Let's jump to week 9. On this play, Nicholas Morrow forces Jake Ferguson to widen his route by about a yard. This affects the timing slightly, and it gives Reed Blankenship a better angle and leverage to come downhill and break up the pass. Morrow didn't force Ferguson to move off his spot very far, but in a game of inches, every little bit helps. Good job by Morrow to understand his role on this play. Now let's zoom out and look at the play from a macro view. The Cowboys are in an empty formation, and one of the Eagles' favorite empty checks is to go cover 3 match. Let's look at the benefits. With Slay and Bradbury outside, cover 3 match very often ends up playing like cover 1 for these guys. So with the outside corners essentially playing man coverage on their guys, you're left with 5 defenders covering 3 receiving threats on the inside. What teams have been doing is putting running backs out wide and moving receivers into the slot and often the number 3 position in order to take advantage of matchups with linebackers and running route concepts that take advantage of the defense's rules and cover 3 match. This is something I've highlighted a few times dating back to the preseason. As the season has progressed, we've seen the interior defenders show a better understanding of the weaknesses in the coverage and how offenses want to attack. On this play, the Cowboys are running a drive concept. The goal is to isolate Morrow and run a high-low concept against him. Reed knows that this is where offenses like to attack, so he plays the middle post with an emphasis on paying attention to the trip side. He's able to do this because in cover 3 match, the flat defenders match the route of their receiver if they run anything vertical or outside. Cover 3 match was created specifically to help the middle safety protect the seams, which allows the safety to play other routes more aggressively. Reed does a good job of recognizing the drop and reading the eyes of the quarterback, and combined with the fact that Morrow pushed the tight end a bit wider on his route, he's able to get downhill and break up this pass. Now let's look at Zach Cunningham on the weak side. He's playing the hook zone, and with the safety that has rotated down playing the number 2 receiver on anything vertical or to the flat, he's able to help that safety take away any quick throws while also playing underneath the throwing window if that receiver ran a dig behind him. The number 2 receiver is essentially bracketed without specifically dedicating an extra defender, but teams generally aren't going to run a slant into this look, so that often frees up this defender to play more of a lurk role where he reads the quarterback's eyes and reacts. Cunningham is aware of where offenses like to attack against the Eagles in this look, so he's ready to help inside. Like Reed, he reads the eyes of the quarterback and pounces on the throw. Bonus points to Cunningham for not launching himself into the tight end. He probably would have been flagged in today's NFL. This was a beautiful play from Blankenship, Morrow, and Cunningham, knowing their roles and understanding how offenses want to attack that look. This brings us to the Week 11 game against the Chiefs. Offensive guru Andy Reid devised a few plays to take advantage of the Eagles' rules. They went empty several times in the red zone, knowing they'd have a good chance to get the Eagles to check into 3 match. However, one play resulted in an interception. Travis Kelce is at the number 2 spot weak side, and Reed is playing with outside leverage, knowing he has help inside from Cunningham. Remember on the last play when I said Reed was playing the middle third with greater focus on the trip side, knowing that the number 2 receiver is bracketed, and teams wanting to take advantage of the linebacker aligned on the number 3 receiver? Now we see Byard playing more heavily to that side pre-snap. The Chiefs are having the number 3 receiver run a quick and breaking route before bursting upfield. This isn't a typical route that you're going to see. It's designed specifically to take advantage of the defense's rules. Morrow passes him off inside and then sinks into the window of the dig behind him. On the other side, they're using Kelce to remove the flat defender to create a void behind him to attack. Byard does a good job recognizing what the Chiefs are trying to do and knowing where the weak spots are, and he makes a break on the ball. Now, if Mahomes put that ball somewhere over here, it's probably a touchdown, but Byard's quick recognition of the play allows him to get into position to capitalize on Mahomes' placement. Let's jump to a big moment later in the 4th quarter. It's 3rd and 4, and the Chiefs come out in an empty formation, and again, the Eagles are in cover 3 match. We see all of the same stuff we've been talking about, such as having Kelce bracketed in the slot on the weak side, and the Chiefs putting a receiver at number 3 strong to get a matchup against a linebacker. Reed doesn't even backpedal, knowing where the Chiefs want to attack, and Cunningham is aware of the weak spot in the defense. He reads the eyes and quick drop of Mahomes and immediately breaks on the ball. Justin Watson hears footsteps and gets alligator arms. Cunningham's recognition and understanding of his role allows him to make a play in a huge moment of the game. This is a new defensive coordinator installing a new scheme that all of the players are learning, and the secondary has been playing musical chairs for most of the season due to injuries. As we see this defense play more together, we should continue to see improvements in the small details that are vital to creating a good defense.